As they approach adulthood, most teenagers are presented with two options: go to college or enter the workforce degreeless. Neither choice is without flaws. Attend university and one risks becoming one of the 43 million Americans indebted to the federal government. Of course, as more and more people gain degrees, many employers expect job applicants to have achieved some sort of post-secondary education. As a result, students who do not attend college typically make half of their collegiate counterparts, showing the struggles of succeeding in the workforce without a degree. However, this binary college system and the issues it causes is widely absent from other Western countries. Instead, students are presented with the third option, vocational training. Take Switzerland, for example. Students undergo the same K-8 experience as in America, but upon completion of middle school, they can choose to either engage in vocational education and training, VET, where a traditional classroom experience is combined with practical learning, or attend baccalaureate school, which mirrors a typical American high school. This alternative training system has proved incredibly successful. In Germany, where nearly half of the population has participated in some sort of vocational education, the workforce is very productive. This is in part due to the intertwinement of education and business within VET programs. Companies eagerly coordinate with the federal government to orchestrate the curriculum and provide opportunities, and are subsequently rewarded with well-trained workers. Unsurprisingly, when vocational programs are implemented in America, they experience similar levels of success. Workers who undergo apprenticeships typically make $60,000 more than those in similar fields who merely graduated high school. However, the programs are rather rare. Less than 5% of young Americans train as apprentices. Why? It's due in part to the decentralized nature of the U.S. government, which prevents a vocational education program from being implemented at the federal level across the country. Thus, companies are forced to subsidize the full price of programs, which is unfavorable due to fear of such a large investment and the employee turnover which normally accompanies it. The rarity of these programs stems from the unwillingness of teenagers to participate in them, too. Most people reject the stigma associated with a blue-collar career path, instead prioritizing university. Of course, is the prestige of a 4-year liberal arts education worth $30,000 of debt, the average amount students endure? As you plan out your child's adolescent future, or if you're planning out your own, it's important to consider other forms of education. Without the complete overhaul of the U.S. government into a more unitary, centralized country, government solutions must be pursued at the state level. Cities across the country should diversify their education system to include schools that are mostly based on practical workforce training. In my hometown of New York, a local high school called Pathways in Technology Early College has successfully integrated high school, college, and industry training, allowing students to graduate with associate degrees in applied fields from the New York City College of Technology. Ultimately, change begins locally, so the next time you partake in political activities, consider what stance candidates take, if any, on this issue. And through a long-lasting grassroots movement, the culture of American education will slowly but surely shift to include vocational education. Thank you for your time and consideration.